The world of boxing has once again been shaken by a jaw-dropping announcement. Social media sensation turned cruiserweight boxer Jake Paul will step into the ring against one of the most feared lightweights in the sport, Gervonta Tank Davis, on November 14th. The bout, which will be contested under special rules to accommodate the massive size difference between the two fighters, promises to be one of the most unusual yet highly anticipated events of 2025. For years, Jake Paul has thrived on controversy, blurring the lines between sports entertainment and legitimate boxing. The 27-year-old YouTube star has built a 10-1 record with 6 knockouts, earning wins over former MMA champions and fringe contenders while calling out some of the biggest names in combat sports. Despite criticism from boxing purists, Paul has undeniably brought millions of new eyes to the sport, building himself into a pay-per-view draw. Now, Paul is set to take on his most dangerous opponent to date in Davis, a man whose punching power has left a trail of destruction in the lightweight and super lightweight divisions. Davis, 30-1 with 28 knockouts, is a 3-division world champion known for his ferocity inside the ring. Though significantly smaller than Paul, who usually fights around 190 pounds, Davis brings with him the kind of explosive speed and knockout ability that makes him dangerous at any weight. A clash of contrasts. The size disparity between the fighters will be impossible to ignore. Jake Paul stands at 6 feet 1 inch and usually competes around cruiserweight, while Gervonta Davis, standing at just 5 feet 5 inches, is most comfortable at 135 pounds. To bridge this gap, the fight is expected to be contracted at a catchweight of 165 pounds, with Paul required to come in much lighter than his usual weight, while Davis bulks up for the challenge. "I've been calling out big names, and people said I'd never face a real champion," Paul said in the official announcement. "Well, now I've got Tank Davis, one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, stepping up to fight me. This is for legacy. This is for respect. On November 14th, the whole world is going to see that Jake Paul is here to stay." Davis, never one to back down from a challenge, fired back with his trademark confidence. "Jake's a clown who thinks boxing is a game. But when the bell rings, it's no joke. He's going to feel real power from a real fighter. I don't care how big he is, when I land, he's going down." November 14th is going to be the end of Jake Paul's hype train. The risk and reward. For Davis, this fight carries enormous risk. Moving up nearly 30 pounds above his natural weight to face a man with Paul's size advantage is virtually unheard of in modern boxing. Critics argue that the matchup is a circus act designed for spectacle rather than sporting merit. Yet for Davis, the payday and the chance to humble one of the sport's loudest personalities may be worth the gamble. For Paul, the stakes are equally high. A win over Davis, even with the weight advantage, would give him legitimacy like never before. A loss, however, especially to a much smaller man, would deal a crushing blow to his credibility as a professional boxer. Boxing's latest blockbuster. The event is expected to take place in Las Vegas, though promoters are reportedly fielding bids from stadiums in New York, Los Angeles, and even international venues in Saudi Arabia and Dubai. Regardless of location, industry insiders predict the fight will generate massive pay-per-view sales, drawing fans from both boxing and mainstream entertainment. "This fight is bigger than boxing," said one insider close to the negotiations. "You've got one of the sport's most dangerous knockout artists against one of its biggest disruptors. The build-up alone is going to be pure chaos, and when fight night comes, everyone will want to see if Tank's power carries up or if Jake's size is just too much." Looking ahead. As the countdown to November 14th begins, both fighters will be under intense scrutiny. Davis will face questions about whether his power can translate against a man nearly 30 pounds heavier. Paul, on the other hand, will need to prove he can handle the speed, skill, and precision of a pound-for-pound talent like Davis. One thing is certain, the world will be watching. Love it or hate it, Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis is the latest example of boxing's unpredictable evolution, where spectacle and sport collide in unforgettable fashion.